All right, so this next part is on multiplying fractions. I find multiplying fractions a little bit easier than adding or subtracting. Let's see what you think. So if I'm multiplying fractions, I'm just going to multiply top times top and bottom times bottom. So a over b times c over d is just a times c over b times d. Let's see what this looks like in practice. So 2/3 times 3/4. I'm going to show you two different ways to do this. We have 2 times 3 is 6. 3 times 4 is 12. We can reduce 6/12. 6 goes into both the top and the bottom, and we're going to get 1/2. Now, those numbers are pretty small and not too hard to do. Now let's look at the same problem, but a slightly different way to do it. Before we multiply, it is always good to see, can I cancel? Now, I sometimes hesitate to show this at first because this only works with multiplication. We cannot cancel this way when adding, subtracting, or dividing, only multiplying. So what can I cancel here? So I have common factors here of 3's. So those 3's cancel, and they come into 1 and 1. 3 goes in 3 one time. And after we cancel the 3's, we can also say, well, 2 goes into itself one time, and 2 goes into 4 two times. So 1 times 1 is 1, 1 times 2 is 2. And we get the same thing. Now, when we do it this way, it can look a little confusing, but boy, it makes it a lot easier. Okay, let's try this bonus example here. You would not get this in the book. So 12 times 17, 17 times 24. I don't want to do that by hand. I'll be honest, I don't even want to do that on a calculator. Can I find a way around this? Well, yes, 17s are going to cancel. Technically, 1 and 1. And what else? Well, 12 and 24. So 12 goes into itself one time. 12 goes into 24 two times. So 1 times 1 is 1. 1 times 2 is 2. So canceling has its place before we multiply. I almost always will look to see, can I cancel first? This will be particularly important when we start doing algebraic fractions. Okay, let's try this one. 7/8 times 4/7. So again, before we multiply, what should we do? Good. We're going to find common factors that we can cancel. So the 7's are going to cancel. I will often just put a 1 here so I don't lose a number. And then the 4 cancels into the 8. So 4 goes into itself one time, 4 goes into 8 two times. 1 times 1 is 1. 2 times 1 is 2. Okay, try this one. 4/5 times 5/6. Pause the video, see if you can get this one to come out. All right, welcome back. So we have parentheses right here. Sometimes we have parentheses around our fractions. I wanted to give you a slightly different form for how these can show up. So we don't treat it any differently. If it helps you, we can rewrite it. I'll rewrite it for you. So 4/5 times 5/6. So what can we do here? Well, the 5's are going to cancel. Again, I'll put 1's here as placeholders. How about 4 and 6? Well, they don't go in evenly, but what? 2 goes into both of these. So 2 goes into 4 two times. 2 goes into 6 three times. 2 times 1 is 2. 1 times 3 is 3. Now, if you don't see it that way, you can multiply straight across, and at the end, you would need to reduce. Let me show you what I mean by that. So let's say we forgot to cancel before we multiply. So we'd say 4 times 5 is 20. 5 times 6 is 30. And 20 30ths, 10 goes into both of those, and we get 2/3. So either way is fine. Now, when the arithmetic is pretty easy, like it is here, it doesn't really bias a whole lot to cancel out first. But when the arithmetic gets harder, as I showed you in that bonus example, it is definitely worth your while to cancel before you multiply.